Okay guys, we're going to start off with this gravy by using clean Crisco oil or whatever kind of oil you have. We're going to use about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half of oil, just enough to cover the pan. Once it gets pretty hot, then I'm going to add in the flour and start moving it around. This is a very small pan, so just to give you an idea, I'm only making, sorry about that, I'm only making a little white gravy, but once I start, I'm going to finish. So, a couple more seconds. It takes about 30 seconds or so to get it getting hot. So, once I get it, you see how it's kind of moving a little bit. Or is that the phone? No, I'm just kidding. It doesn't take that long for this gravy. I have 3 cups of milk mixed with water. It's ready. So what I'm going to do is put the flour in. That is about a tablespoon worth. I'm just going to do a little bit at a time to make sure that it mixes in. Use a spatula because it's easier to move it around and see where you're going with it. You can use whatever you want, but I prefer a spatula, something that's not going to scratch your pan. I did my brown gravy one before I thought about it. I had my old pan I was using, and I wasn't even thinking, you know, for other people, I need you to use a spatula and just basically move the stuff around. And you just move just like you do with the brown gravy, guys. It's no big, harsh ordeal. You just move it around. But once it starts doing this where it's kind of bubbling a little bit, let me get it up a little higher. You see how it's making it a little fat or whatever, puffy is what I must call it. Sorry about that. Trying to do this all myself. And you can turn the heat down. I'm getting milk everywhere. And you just keep moving it around because you don't want it to be lumpy. You want it to be gravy. So let it cook down a little bit. I'll turn it down just a little bit, guys. But I do want it to cook. And when you turn it like this, you can kind of feel the spatula getting pulled in the pan. It'll be getting pulled a little bit. You'll know what I'm talking about. It'll make it feel like it's pulling it down, weighing it down or whatever. Just keep moving it around. And just keep moving it, keep moving it. You'll see it'll start getting thicker. There's a little clump. You make sure you smash that down. I did that so I can let you see that I want you. Again, this is the white gravy for the country fried steak. I have to post all of these videos for you guys. Some people call it country fried steak and some people call it cube steak. At our house we call it cube steak. If I'm out, people will call it chicken fried country steak, but it's not even chicken fried unless you're using some old chicken grease. So, I don't know. It's just personal preference of what you want to call it and what kind of gravy you want to use. So I'm going to pour some more milk in this to make it, to thin it a little bit more. I use a combination of 1 cup milk and 2 cups of water. It really doesn't take that much, depending on how much gravy you need. This little container of gravy, you know, it thickens as it goes. You'll see. But once you get it to your desired consistency, it's going to thicken some more as it sits. So you make sure you make it a little thin, but not too thin. You know, you still want it a little thick. Go ahead and smash those little chunks of flour, if you may, and go around the sides to make sure that the flour that's around the sides come down, and you smash that on in there. And then you keep on as it goes. You could turn it down a little bit more. I have it on about a 4. I'm going to turn it down to about a 3. It could actually go down a little lower than that. You're just going to And then this is the part where you start seasoning your gravy. So give me 1 second. I'm going to season it with just salt, pepper, and a little garlic powder. You don't put a lot of salt because you can season it afterwards. Just put a little bit, a pinch of salt. The flour will take up some of the salt. You do want pepper flakes because you want to be able to see your pepper. And just a little bit of garlic. Not a whole lot, but enough. About a teaspoon or less. Like I said, I'm just, when you see it, you'll see me, I'm just sprinkling. I'm not putting a whole lot because this is a small amount. This is just enough for the gravy. I'm doing rice today. I love rice. I usually do mashed potatoes or something. You know, it's just up to you what you choose to have. You can use a mashed potato or you can use a, like I said, a rice. But I'm going to use this for over the country fried steak, or cube steak as we call it at our house, but with a darker gravy. And you just keep going around the edges. You'll see this. Knock it on down in there and then smash it a little bit to make it incorporate with the rest of it. And then I'm going to turn this off and I'm going to let it thicken some more on its own. And I'll be right back. Okay guys, the gravy is thick enough. It's thick enough for me. So I'm going to take the cube steak and I'm going to dress it up. And I'm making some asparagus right now so you guys can see it all dressed on a plate. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, here is the rice and the country fried steak with gravy. We got a little asparagus going on with it. But I just wanted you guys to be, you know, you have the best of both worlds. You'll have the country fried steak with the white gravy. Of course, you got to make sure you put seasoning in it. And I did a little asparagus on the side because that's one of my favorite vegetables. But here you have it. Talk to you later. You guys, please like and subscribe. If you want to subscribe, there is plenty of videos over here that you guys can see. Thank you for coming by.